Warning. The following podcast is all your fault. You did this. This is Crudimentary Questions with your hosts, Sandy and Jill.
Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Jill.
Well,
Do you have a question for me?
I think I do.
Okay.
Okay, so where do you think cuss words came from? Like the first cuss word. Like what made that word,
Naughty.
the bad word to say?
This is just total, bullshit that I'd be pulling out of my ass. Just
Sure.
sort of. This is what I gather. Since the dawn of
Mankind.
specifically mankind and language,
Sure.
I imagine that there have been, obviously, I think perhaps the first thing that I can imagine, and this is, again, bullshit I'm pulling out of my ass.
I love it.
How about Sandy shit? I'm pulling out of Sandy's ass.
I think we should call it Sandy Shistery. Shitsery.
Shit.
Nope, that doesn't work. Sandy's history.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, interestingly enough, I kind of suspect that the first swear word that anybody, not swear word, you wouldn't call it that, but maybe perhaps naughty word would be for poop.
Well, and I was thinking that, okay. So is it the meaning of the word that's naughty? No, because there are other synonyms that aren't naughty. They mean the same thing.
Well, yes. But I believe it probably language evolved together that way. So they ended up with a formal word for poop, but then there was the slang term that only improper people said. And of course that's getting kind of farther and farther away from the beginning, because if you're talking about the cave people,
okay,
I imagine they had some sort of
language.
Well, or a way to communicate, and they had a way to communicate, poop stuff. But you know what they did? I bet they didn't have any kind of sense of propriety.
Right, everything sounded like a cuss word,
or just a sense of politeness necessarily.
Sure.
This is, again, I know nothing about this, so.
See, I imagined that it would be like a caveman, he stumps his toe and he's like gar, and gar was the bad word back then.
Yeah. Or there's some kind of
Kirk, because you stub your toe and you're gonna say the foulest thing that comes to your brain, right?
Well, yes, but I can't. I just feel like I don't want to just make it a cartoon, this question of where did the first swear word come from, and it was some exclamation of pain from a cave person. I will say that this is the farthest back that I know of, is that in Pompeii, in underneath the it's a archaeological site. Mm-hmm. They've excavated from the ruins of the volcano and everything, mm-hmm. and there were bathhouses and stuff there, in ancient Rome, and so they have found graffiti on the walls. And all that it basically says is, or what it communicates to me is that humanity hasn't really changed much from then to now. Technologically we've advanced, but based on what some of this graffiti says, there's one where it's Remedius made bread here today. And they're historians are just yeah, that means he pooped. Made bread. It was a slang term.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so, I imagine, I don't know what they, their sense of politeness or anything like that was.
Do you think that mean, he pooped in the pool kind of a thing?
I mean, it was a bathhouse. I mean, there are bathrooms at the pool.
How horrible.
It's not like the pool doesn't have bathrooms. What kind of pools were you going to growing up?
I did go into one, and there was just I wasn't in the pool, but I was, there was a whole community. It was, God, was called Gobbler's Knob.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds bad. But I remember everyone was screaming.
Oh,
and
no.
all the kids just like came out of the pool.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in it, by the way.
Yeah, you were not tainted by the shit water.
Someone had pooped in it. I think it was a baby or something. But then everyone saw the floating turd.
Yeah,
and it's like it's a horror show to see that, because even though we all poop,
well, you're used to your own, you know, and just context, you know, like I was in New Orleans one time and saw, like, woke up, we were staying in my friend's apartment, and we woke up the next morning, and there were just these cars parked all along the street. New Orleans has very narrow streets, and there was on the hood of one of the cars parked in front of the apartment, like, people poop. Like, it was not a horse. Gross. It was not a dog. That was people poop, and it was on the hood of a car. And this was like, you know, Sunday morning in New Orleans, which of course is like some complete drunk ass just was like, well, this is as good a place as any, you know.
Perfect. Squat.
So yeah, that was not a pleasant sight to see.
Well, okay, so and getting back to
swear
profanity,
words. Yeah.
Because I think we will have an episode all about poop.
Yes, for sure.
I know we will.
For sure.
But why is poop not a bad word? But shit is. You know?
Yeah.
And, like, sex isn't a bad word.
Mm-hmm. But fucking.
But fuck is.
Yeah.
And penis isn't bad. But cock and dick. Are cock and dick bad?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think any of these words are bad.
Oh, well,
they're amoral. They're just sounds.
It's all about the censor people.
Well, it's contextual. And again, with sort of like, we all make this decision in a civil society to generally follow certain rules. Some of them sounds like you're pissing.
I am.
She's pouring wine.
I am peeing. Ooh, there's not a cuss word for piss. Or I guess, is piss a cuss word?
Piss it's one of those, like, it's a naughty word, but, like, it doesn't get censored on most television shows.
That's what I don't get. You know what I think? When I heard the beep when I was little, it made me want to know what they were actually saying. Yeah. It made me want to cuss.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember wanting to cuss, but I do remember, like, desperately wanting to know what was behind the curtain of the beep. Yeah. You know, like, there's this scandal. One of the scandals of, like, sort of my family for a minute was that we wanted to watch, my dad particularly really wanted to watch not Indiana Jones, we saw that. He really wanted to watch Back to the Future 3.
Right.
And apparently, like, word had gotten around our church that there is one F word in Back to the Future 3. And so my mom was like, yeah, it was either my mom or my mom's friend was like, well, you really shouldn't watch it, especially not with the kids because of the F word.
I don't think that's true, though.
But that's the thing. I've seen Back to the Future 3, and I'm trying to remember if I ever saw it not on television. I don't know that I ever, like, put the VHS, or sorry, not VHS, oh my god, put the DVD in the DVD player and watched it uncensored.
You know, it's really funny because, okay.
But I will say that the thought that there was an F word in Back to the Future 3
made you want to watch it more.
Oh my god, it was like, get that movie in our house. We have got to, you could not get it in fast enough.
That's
it was
great.
just like, yeah, it was because it was just forbidden and intriguing, and that's why we wanted.
And that's what I mean. Like, okay, don't you think that maybe by focusing on those certain words and calling them profane, doesn't that highlight them a little bit? Doesn't that make them even more enticing to use? Do you remember that? Oh, you probably don't. You might, though.
Okay.
It's like a Don Bluth animation called The Secrets of Nim.
Oh my god, of course. I love The Secrets of Nim. Sorry, The Secret of Nim.
Secret of Nim. Sorry.
I will say
The Secret of Nim.
That particular film was controversial, and we had friends who had it, like, you know, on VHS, and then we weren't allowed to have it on VHS, but we did watch it with our friends.
Oh gosh, I love that movie. It's very emotional.
It's beautiful.
For anyone who hasn't seen it, it's about rats. You should watch it.
Beautiful, beautiful rats.
In mice. I think there might even be a badger in it.
There's an owl.
And there's a crow. Oh, God, it's awesome. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie. It means so much. Nicodemus. Oh my gosh.
No, Nicodemus.
No spoilers.
Yeah.
But there is a part where one of the rats says, damn.
Oh, man.
And I remember thinking when I was a kid, it's like, oh, he said damn. And it's like a kid's movie.
And it's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon. But like, it's just a word.
Yeah.
And I think about it because they say the word damn in church.
Well, yeah, I would say particularly like something that would cause, mostly child to question like the nature of like outlawing or forbidding these certain words is hell and damn, because they are used in a non swearing context all the time.
Like there's a difference between hell and heaven versus you're going to hell.
Well, but that's the thing.
Go to hell.
Like no, like in church you could have the preacher saying, if you don't repent of your sins and ask Jesus to be your Lord and Savior, you're going to go to hell. However, if you said in anger to someone, you go to hell.
Right.
That's a swear word. The first one, even though it's basically saying the same thing,
it's very confusing.
Isn't a swear word. The second one is. Yeah, and this gets confusing for kids. I remember one of the weirdest experiences I had where I was like, I felt like I was standing up for my faith or for righteousness. I was like 13, and I had been selected to join like a countywide like acting program, and so this little mini company put on a Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh.
Yeah, and y'all, I got one of the lead roles.
Oh, nice.
I did. I got her name is Titania, and
oh yeah,
she's the queen of the fairies.
Love it.
Yeah, and there's a whole there's also a bunch of at some point in Shakespeare's dialogue. So
did they censor Shakespeare?
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
You chose.
I motherfucking they had the word ass. Shakespeare wrote the word ass. Like it's something like, why should I follow in the footsteps of an ass or something? And she's literally talking about a donkey.
A donkey.
And I was like, I'm not saying that swear word. And I went to the directors and I was like, I'm not saying ass for religious reasons. No, I didn't really feel uncomfortable with the dialogue, but I was led to believe that this was the kind of thing that would make God happy. And so I was like, well, I don't care if it's Shakespeare. I'm not saying ass. Ass is a bad word, and I don't say bad words. And the directors were super frustrated with me, and they were like, this is like classical language, and it's talking about the animal, and it's not in a... And I was just like, the worst part about it is I believed them. I thought their argument was sound, but I had heard all of these stories growing up about people like letting go of great opportunities because they would have had to do something that they found to be sinful. And I just really wanted to be that hero of like righteousness, of not saying...
So what did you say instead?
I said donkey. Oh God, and it ruins the flow. And
could have said mule, but it wouldn't have been anatomically.
Yeah, it was so stupid. Looking back, it's like it's like denying yourself or censoring yourself, saying you can't do something, regulating your behavior for like a reason that you don't even think is valid.
Well, and I wish it was true that it was contextual. Like profanity is contextual. Like anything that's like an insult is profanity, but it's not true.
Yeah.
Let's look at that perfect scene from the movie Hook, where Robin Williams and freaking Rufio are in an insult off.
Oh, yeah.
And I kept I remember when I was a kid and watching this and be like, they're going to curse, right? There's going to be a curse word.
And
they never do. It's like snot nose, like belly, it's all this gross words. Yeah. And they're insulting each other. It's like, you're a peanut butter face. I don't remember the words.
Yeah, I can't remember. I wish I could remember all the insults.
Oh, that'll be an internet question.
Yeah.
We're going to look up the insult from Hook.
Oh man,
I love that.
That's good.
But what I'm saying is that so it's not contextual. Mm-hmm. It's not like every insult is a bad word.
Yeah, I mean they could have been just saying you're a shithead, and I don't know that that's any grosser than what I know they said.
I like that they did. I kind of like that they did.
No, I do too, because it is like toying with the notion of, like, they were being vicious and cruel to each other.
Right.
And is that the point? Or is the point that, you know, literally the words they said?
I'm still trying to figure out, and I still haven't, is why there are, I mean, I don't even know, is there 6 bad words in our language? Is there 7?
Well, I mean, there's words that get censored on TV.
Words, okay. And I think that there are some that do, and I'm going to get a little, like, I can't actually say one word. But.
You mean you just don't feel comfortable saying a word?
Right, there is a word.
Is it cunt?
No, I actually quite like cunt.
Okay. Well, because this is like, there's a, what's his face,
but it is visceral. Like, it's a visceral word to me.
Oh, God, people are gonna hate me because I can't remember his first name, but the comedian, his last name is Carlin, had 7 deadly words, basically.
George Carlin?
George Carlin, yeah, he had 7 deadly words, and I can't remember what they are, and I'm not gonna try to copy him or anything like that. But I do know.
You're noting him.
Yeah. But, like, I know that on television, kind of no matter what time of day, fuck is going to be censored. If it's network television.
Yeah. That's my favorite cuss word.
It's a good one.
Because fuck is the only one that is like, it's a noun. Mm-hmm. Right? It's a noun, a verb, an adverb. Yeah. Well, I think it could be
Fuckily.
an adverb. Fuckily. An adjective. Yeah. Like, he's fucking cute.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'd be fucking cute. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I get that.
I get that.
I totally get that.
No, but the word that I can't say is the N-word. I can't do it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do it.
I
just
don't
can't.
know. I'm
not going to, but I never will.
I don't think that a racial slur is anywhere on the same level as
racial slur, profanity. Is it the same?
I would say.
I mean, they censor it on TV.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say that yes, it is. A racial slur would be profane.
There's just so much history behind that word.
Well, yeah, and
that I don't agree.
And it's not. This is an interesting thought because I feel like it is not a strong enough term. Profanity is not a strong enough term to describe a racial slur.
It's very specific profanity too.
Yeah.
It's not just because, like, fuck, shit, ass. They're all sexual and, like, bodily, you know.
Well, and they kind of can apply to everyone, right?
And they apply to everyone, yeah. And damn.
Yeah.
And hell. And bitch is a woman. And cunt is a woman.
Well, I mean, but, like, yeah. That and the gendered nature of certain, you know, profanities is definitely worth discussing, especially since calling a man a bitch is, you know,
right,
supposed to be
an insult.
An insult because you're calling them a girl, and being called a girl is bad, and and that's some
I've never
sexist
heard
bullshit.
I've never heard a girl being called a dick.
You know what? I have, and I like it. I just think it's, you know, like, if we're gonna use these terms, like, use them for everyone. Yeah. You know?
Is pussy a bad word?
I like the word pussy.
I don't like it, but only because I like cats, and, like, I don't know, comparing my vagina to a cat is a little weird to me, but that's just me, you know?
Yeah, I think to me they're just so different. And at this point, nobody says pussycat unless they're making a direct reference to a vagina.
So do they censor pussy on
Yes.
They do?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do if it's not in reference to a cat, which is hilarious.
That's hilarious. But I guess, you know what? Bitch is reference to a dog.
Yeah. So and so you have like. Ugh. But how often? Again,
this is a messy language.
Well, and it's a messy subject matter when you're getting into, like, within the context of a statement of anger. You know, this hell is suddenly, like, your mom gets mad at you for saying it. But if it's in the context of a theological discussion, your mom's not mad at you for saying it.
It's like kids, when they're learning language, have to deal with the fact that if they put the wrong letter in front of the word duck, you know, instead of D, like they put an F, then they're fucked. Yeah. But, like, I don't know. But I do want to address the fact that there are some words that are bad.
Well,
like the racial slur.
Yeah, or that are basically there is never a fun or funny way to use them.
No, I think
that is probably our biggest like line in the sand there.
The line in the sand.
What is the difference between a racial slur and just a regular swear word? And it's that regular swear words can be used in a legitimately joking and funny way, and racial slurs almost never can. And I say almost never because it may be between incredibly close friends.
Or in a rap song.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even that a lot of times I don't think it's necessarily supposed to be funny, you know? It's just supposed to be like bonding.
I think that a lot of rap artists will use the term as a like, this is mine now, or kind of.
Obviously. I mean, like a lot of women took bitch and or even cunt and be like,
oh yeah, no, it's the same as like women taking the word bitch and making it positive, like you girls are my bitches, like
which
as a positive.
I just honestly like I can't judge anybody else's heart or whatever, but like I don't like that. Personally, that's just my personal
Sandy, you're
opinion.
my bitch.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
You are not my bitch.
No, you're not mine either.
And part of it is that I'm just not a very aggressive person, and that just feels such an aggressive.
It is an aggressive thing. It's very aggressive.
And but it also, we can take hold of it and like be like, you will not like have power over me with this word anymore, misogynists of the world or whatever. But at the same time, maybe it's trying a little too hard, because it's not like a bunch of guys are like, you're my dicks.
Oh, man.
I can't wait to go party with my dicks.
I would love that though if I overheard that. And so, I think that I keep going back and forth on like, do words matter, or are they actually super powerful?
They're both. They are powerful and they are also powerless. Like, we ascribe them power. It's the same way like our currency isn't backed by gold anymore. We all just decided it meant something. And because everybody decided that, we all either you fall in line or you don't have a place to live anymore,
Right.
and you don't get to eat food. Or you have to go live out in the woods in a cabin and like shit in a hole in the ground. Like, with that whole mindset, like, we decided that words have power. And not just that.
Yep.
It's not just that we decided it. It's to me, it's objective reality. And it's because human beings, generally speaking, have emotions and are sensitive.
We are very sensitive.
Yeah. And like, but we also, communication is the greatest advancement of any, society ever.
And our language is constantly changing. I mean, they're constantly adding words to the dictionary, and then the slang dictionary is another thing. And then you've got abbreviations now for shit. I still can't get it in my head what SMH means.
Shaking my head.
I know it means that, and I've known.
I always feel
every time I see it, I'm like, SMH.
I think I feel like it's a cooking term. Somehow, like
it looks like it's the abbreviation for a element of chemistry or something.
or some sort of like NASA terminology.
Yeah, every time I see it, I'm like, I don't know why the S is always capitalized.
I'm not gonna be able to think of it, but there is one that I've seen recently on the internet, and I could not for the life of me figure out what it was, and it was like, I feel like it started with an L, and it was not laughing or whatever. I don't know.
LMFAO?
I know what that is.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm hip with the lingo.
I am under 45 years old, so.
We're under 40.
Yes.
Why are you round to 45?
Well, I said no because I feel like people who are 40 were you probably using the internet.
I see. I got
when LOL was getting figured out.
Okay, so how do you feel about people cursing on the internet and putting like an asterisk as in place of a vowel?
Unless you're on some sort of site that doesn't allow cursing, which does exist.
Sure.
Don't do that. It's stupid.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that like to do it, and I get it, to do it is to make sure your cuss word goes across platform. But like if you do put an asterisk for the U in fuck in your post on Facebook, is that to protect kids? Because
they know, I think they know what it
means. They're not protected. They are not fooled by your stupid ass.
I really hope, though, that there is that's like somebody did that to protect like their little cousin who's, you're not supposed to be able to make an account until you're 15, but like 12-year-olds make Facebook accounts all the time. So you have like this 12-year-old cousin, and their older cousin wrote, F***CK the government or something, and the kid just goes around going, "Fack the government." Fackin' fact the government.
Or fick.
Fick the government. Feck.
Well, because, okay, and there's another moment of censorship that I had, because I play a lot of online video games. And we were playing last night with a friend of ours, and then another, oh my gosh. I need more details. So, okay, we were playing this game called PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which is like your PUBG, which is like,
I know the lingo.
It's like Hunger Games. You're dropped off in an island. You're trying to find guns, and you're trying to kill people. It's very intense. And we were playing with our friend, who was also like got another friend to join, but then texts me during the match and is like, "Oh, hey, that fourth member that just joined, that's his son."
Oh.
And I immediately panicked, and I said, "Have I been cursing this whole time?" Because the way I play video games is like, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit."
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just constantly. It is
it's a wall. It's a wall of profanity.
Oh, it's bad. And so I said, "Did I cuss?" Because I didn't remember.
Yeah.
It's so ingrained in me. It's such a part of my being.
Yeah.
Just to let it go. Let it go.
Yeah. Don't sing.
Don't.
Especially not that song.
That's a cuss word. is the song from Frozen.
Yeah.
It's profane.
Yeah, the song from Frozen may just be called "Fuck You, Sandy."
We're gonna censor the song from Frozen, but it is playing right now.
No, it's no. Okay, so had you been swearing?
He did say that I did. I don't know what swear word I said though. But I'm assuming it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I get down and dirty when
Yeah,
I'm playing the PUBG.
I mean, and it's understandable to not want your to swear in front of a child. Even though like they're going to learn and they're going to have that, they're going to have that experience if they ever, if they live in the world, which we really hope they do. A guy I worked with a while ago had he was not like a particularly a couth guy, I will say. Like he could say some nasty shit, but he pointed out to me that he was even censoring himself in front of his he had like a 5-year-old son. And so he wasn't even saying like the really bad swear words, but he had started saying crap around his son so that he wouldn't say shit. And then he was telling me, he was like,
it means the same
thing. No, but he was like, there's a light bulb that goes off in your head when your 5-year-old says crap for the first time. And all of a sudden you realize they learned that from you. And, and not that it's the end of the world, if your kid says crap, but you do have to then, I think I don't have kids, so, don't, I know I'm not, even an amateur at kid stuff, but I would imagine it could be potentially a learning opportunity to say these are words that we say sometimes, but not all the time.
Sure.
And not in these contexts. And we,
right.
Use some self-control. It's sort of how we don't shit on the hood of people's cars. As normal behavior.
Human decency.
Yeah. It's the civility that we were talking about earlier. That, we as a society decided to censor ourselves for the good of each other, essentially.
Exactly. Well, I'm really excited about learning the insult dialogue from Hook. So I think we're going to take a break, and we're going to look this up next when we come out.
You snorting...
I think there's boogers.
Yeah,
there's definitely boogers.
There's boogers, snot, and I really do feel like there's some poo.
I think there might be, or at least something about the face.
Yeah, a lot of face stuff and sniffer. I think there's a butt sniffer in there.
Butt sniffer is definitely it.
All
right. We'll be back.
All right. Hey, Jill, can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
This podcast has a social media presence.
No way.
I know. And if you want to, you can follow us.
Oh my god.
You can follow your own podcast on social media.
Scandalous.
It's pretty amazing. So it's Crudimentary Cues.
Okay. I'm writing this down.
On Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
That's cool.
Okay, but you can't tell anybody.
Okay, can we tell everyone?
Okay, just everyone.
Okay, sounds good. Go. Back to the show.
Welcome back.
Hey. Okay, so I found the dialogue from the movie Hook.
Woo!
We are going to act it out for you.
Yay!
I just texted Sandy the dialogue.
Yay.
She is going to start as Rufio because that's who she was for Halloween 2 years ago.
What up?
And I'm going to be Peter. There's also another character, a random lost boy that I will do a different voice for. Hopefully it won't be weird, but it probably will be. It's going to be terrible because I'm just now reading this.
No, I'm just now. I'm looking. I'm not like not even like scrolling it up. Jill just she texted me the dialogue, so it starts with you.
Okay.
All right, Jill as Robin Williams as Peter Pan, me as the guy who played Rufio as Rufio.
Yes. Okay. Substitute chemistry teacher. Come on, Rufio, hit him back.
Mung tongue.
Math tutor.
Pinhead.
Prison barber.
Mother lover.
Nearsighted gynecologist.
In your face camel cake.
In your rear cow derriere.
Lying, crying, spying, prying, ultra pig.
You lewd, crude, and brood, bag of pre-chewed food, dude. Thud. Oh, and then all the Lost Boys are like, Bangarang, Peter!
The rest of the Lost Boys cheer for Peter. Oh no, I'm losing confidence. You man! Stupid man!
Hey, Rufio, if I'm a maggot burger, why don't you just eat me? You two-tone, zebra-headed, slime-coated, pimple-farming, Okay, wait, I can't say. Paramecium brain, munching on your own mucus, suffering from Peter Pan envy.
What's a paramecium brain?
I'll tell you what a paramecium brain is. That's a paramecium brain. I'm pointing to Rufio.
Who's me?
It's a one-celled critter with no brain that can't fly. Don't mess with me. I'm a lawyer.
You know what? I like how you gave yourself the winning role. I completely forgot that he Peter tore Rufio apart in the movie Hook.
Oh yeah, of course I did.
Okay, let's dissect some of these.
Okay.
Okay, I really like how the very first insult is substitute chemistry teacher.
Well, it wasn't technically. It was just when he started. Okay, so as I remember the scene, Rufio is just insulting him, and then finally the first insult that Peter throws back is substitute chemistry teacher is the only thing that he can come up with.
Does that mean that the substitute chemistry teacher is a lesser being than the actual chemistry teacher? I would say so.
I think he's just saying like you're a nerd type thing.
Nerd. But why substitute?
But like a lazy nerd.
You're a lazy nerd. All right. And then Rufio says Mung tongue, and I do not know what that means.
A Mung tongue. Okay, well, I know that there's a fish, oh no, that's monkfish, isn't it?
Yeah, monkfish is the thing. Mung tongue.
Mung tongue. I have no idea what a Mung tongue is.
Do you want to internet that?
I will internet Mung tongue. Okay, what is a Mung, and does it have a tongue?
Maybe just Google. It's Mung.
Oh, okay. So it's a plant. It's a tropical plant that yields the mung bean. Oh, I've had mung beans before. It's also a verb, which means
someone who licks the embryonic fluids off a newborn baby.
I'm sorry, what?
That's an Urban Dictionary.
Oh, it's British slang. Oh, okay.
That is nasty, Steven Spielberg.
Okay, wait. No, mung, according to Urban Dictionary, is the one thing worse than genocide. What?
All right, I would just like to point out that the character of Rufio is like a perpetually 14-year-old kid who lives in Neverland. How does he know about any of this stuff?
Okay, wait. Okay, there are several Urban Dictionary terms for Mung. One is, it's the stuff that comes out when you push on a pregnant woman's stomach.
Okay, this goes back to the embryonic fluid thing.
One is, it's an Australian term meaning to eat. This is done most often while stoned or drunk.
Okay, I don't think that's what Rufio is referring to.
So a Mung tongue. Okay, wait. Okay, here's another one. It's like
the one thing worse than genocide.
Yeah, I want
to. There's something worse than genocide.
Okay,
but it's the one thing worse than genocide. Wait. What honestly could that be? Like destroying the entire universe?
Okay, I'm gonna read this because this is insane. Okay,
what are you reading? Tell us.
Top definition for Mung on Urban Dictionary.
Okay, just the word Mung, not Mung tongue.
No, just Mung. M-U-N-G.
Gotcha.
The one thing worse than genocide. One must first have no shame. Then he or she must use a newspaper to find the obituary of a recently deceased man or woman. Then must find a buddy with also no shame who will aid them in this act. The partners then go to the cemetery where they dig up their victim and flip a coin. The loser... Oh, no.
No. Do we want to keep reading?
No.
Also, by the way, does this fall under the one thing that's worse than genocide?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to keep reading because it's terrible. No, I'm going to. I don't want to censor myself today, Sandy. It's terrible. It's awful. The loser or winner, depending on how sick you are.
They have sex with
how sick you are, applies his or her lips to the genitals or anus of the corpse, while the other partner proceeds to climb the nearest tombstone and elbow drop the corpse's stomach.
Oh.
Thus, forcing out a blend of richly bodily fluids and embalming materials onto the partners. This blend is called mung. The act of getting this blend on your face is called munging. Chicks'll dig this one. Wow. That was horrible. And I didn't censor myself, and now I regret that.
I urged you.
You did.
With vigor.
You know what?
Next time.
I was trying to make up for the fact that you said donkey instead of ass.
Oh, fuck you. It's not my fault. It's not my fault you read that filth.
You mung tongue. Oh, I get it now. I get it now.
Fuck.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I get it now.
Rufio.
Oh, that's the worst.
Rufio is the nasty boy.
Oh, my God.
Oh, gross.
You mung tongue. They should censor that.
They should.
They should.
But you know what? They don't.
They didn't. Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah, okay, because you know what the fucking next one is?
Math tutor.
Yeah. And the next one after that is pinhead. Like, seriously, this is what we go for. You lazy nerd, substitute chemistry teacher.
Yes. You
sucker of a corpse's anus who licks up the embalming fluid that falls out of its ass.
God, this is the worst.
2, you math tutor.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just going to pause for a second. Rufio won with mung tongue.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Just right there.
But nobody knew.
But no one knew what it meant.
What a sneaky little thing to slip in there.
Do you think that maybe the scriptwriter was like, what rhymes with tongue? I don't know, mung. And then all of a sudden this horrible thing actually means horrible things.
You know what? I really want to investigate this. Because I know Steven Spielberg directed this film, but I don't know who wrote it.
Can we email the scriptwriter?
Let's email him and be do you have any idea?
Sir, or ma'am.
Yeah.
Do you know what mung
tongue
means?
Tongue.
And the fact that it is about someone like eating something.
Like licking. Oh, God.
God. I am disturbed.
Yeah, I was Rufio for Halloween like 3 years ago.
And now you're upset about it.
I'm not upset because everybody thought it was awesome and it was the best time I've ever had.
It was pretty great. Every bar that we went into, people were like, bang-a-rang.
Bang-a-rang. And then they'd get chanting, Rufio, Rufio.
It was pretty badass.
It was pretty badass. But now I know. Oh, God, do I know.
Oh, God.
And then, I mean, is there anything else that's like...
Okay, so Pinhead, prison barber.
Yeah, that one got me. What does that mean?
Well, it just means someone who cuts
hair
in prison, which is typically also an inmate that does it.
Okay. I just feel like at this point, I don't trust any of these insults to not be innocent.
By the way, I got that information from watching Orange is the New Black. So, yeah, my information might not be sound.
I feel like there's something deeper just because of what we've discovered about Mung.
Okay, wait. So Rufio says after that, mother lover. Is that like motherfucker?
It's
the censored version of motherfucker.
It's the censored version of motherfucker.
Mother lover.
Yeah, it's motherfucker.
That's motherfucker.
Man, and the Rufio says that?
Yeah, Rufio says mother lover, and then Peter says nearsighted gynecologist,
which is okay. Correct me.
Nearsighted.
Nearsighted, which means you can't see something that's close?
Nearsighted means that you can see very well close because you're nearsighted. And then farsighted means you can only see far away. So nearsighted means everything far away is blurry. Everything, because I'm nearsighted.
Okay, so
I can tell you very well.
Yeah. Which does that mean? Okay, because this is what it means: is that the nearsighted gynecologist would have to lean in really close,
right,
to the
vagina.
Well, to the female genitals to look
which
at it.
Which I guess is. I mean, okay, so I'm getting a pattern with Peter's insults that he's an adult.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because it's Hook. It's the movie Hook. By the way, if you've never seen Hook, go watch Hook.
Yeah.
But like Peter Pan is an adult in this film. Yeah. He's not a kid. Rufio is a kid. Yeah. So Rufio is like
Okay, but by the way, Rufio has now said some very foul things. Which I guess you would say if you're like perpetually a 14-year-old boy, but again, I don't really know how he would know about Mung in Neverland.
I don't think he actually knew that that's
People
what it
do
meant.
die in Neverland, right?
Pirates do.
Okay.
Do Lost Boys?
I don't know. Okay, moving on. Nearsighted gynecologist. So to Peter means, which actually doesn't even sound like that much of an insult, it means that he's leaning up close to a woman's genitals, which isn't something men typically like.
Wait, but I'm confused by that because isn't that what they want? Like sexually?
Well, no? I don't know if they necessarily like to eat pussy, but they do want to be close to a woman's genitals.
Yeah, that's.
So
I mean, but a 13-year-old boy might not want to.
Oh, he'd be like, ew.
Yeah.
Ew. But I think Rufio really seems like he's about 14 or 15 to me. He seems older.
Well, he's probably like 45, but in a 13-year-old boy's body.
Oh my God,
because it's Neverland.
Can you imagine? They've been like 14.
They're basically like
for
vampires.
Like 30 years, but like, do the Lost Boys have sex? Is it even okay for me to think about that?
I don't think it is.
No, and they don't have sex because there's nobody for them to have sex with, but like they're actually mentally 45 years old.
Maybe. No, wait. Maybe the island of Neverland not only keeps them physically like a 14-year-old boy, but also mentally like a 14-year-old boy, no matter how long they live.
They're constantly getting boners, and they always want to fuck, but they never can.
That poor bastard.
Those poor bastards.
Yeah, really sad.
Yeah, this is not. Right, this is dark. This is a movie. Is dark.
We haven't even gotten to my favorite parts.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Keep going. You said camel cake.
Oh, in your face camel cake. Which I think is pretty clear, like, put your face in shit.
Right. And then I say, in your rear, cow derriere, which means cow butt.
Yeah, like, but in your butt, cow butt.
In your butt,
you want a cow butt.
You know what? The logic is not sound there.
Yeah, not sound.
It's just rhymey.
Yeah. And it's, by the way, not that rhymey.
Oh, and it gets even more rhymey, which is the best. Okay.
Lying, crying, spying, prying, ultra pig. I kind of like that. Ultra pig.
Okay, and I know the way he says it in the movie. Mm-hmm. It's great because he goes lying, crying, spying, prying, ultra pig. Okay. He says it like it's like rising up. And he's like, woo,
the ultra pig.
And then like freaking
Peter.
I can't even. I can't do this. Like, the next section is perfect to me, but he goes, you lewd, crude, rude bag of pre-chewed food, dude. And I love it.
I really like the bag of pre-chewed food.
I love it. And I
That's a
think
solid
Robin Williams delivered this line with such gusto
Well,
that I assumed he cussed through the whole thing.
He was a fast talker.
Yeah.
And this dialogue, lends itself to the very fast talker.
Exactly.
And I think, he really sells it. Okay, and then everybody just goes, bang-a-rang, Peter. I would also like to point out that the Lost Boys are not a loyal bunch.
No.
Like, all it takes is, like, this really brief war of, like words that honestly don't make much sense to them.
Right.
And all of a sudden, they're like, woo, Peter, you win.
Right.
And Rufio, by the way, has...
confidence.
He's losing... Like, he just doesn't have the fortitude to keep going, which means he was never supposed to be the Pan anyway.
No.
But he's like, you man, stupid man.
Stupid man.
Oh, come on.
Come on. You just said Mung tongue.
You just said Mung tongue.
That was creative.
And now you're going...
I've never heard of anyone on the human planet doing the thing that you just described.
Yeah, like, you've opened up my mind to the horrid possibilities.
To the horridness of this earth.
Of the human imagination.
And now you're saying, you stupid man?
And he didn't even say it right the first time. He stuttered. You man. You stupid man. Look, Rufio, I think you can't fall that hard that fast.
Like, I mean, okay, I like Rufio because he had a skateboard
and
like a gold sword. And he's really hot.
Oh, and the hair. Oh.
And he was like 14, so like we
would be
the
age.
Arrested right now.
No, but when the movie came out, we were the age to be attracted to him.
But you understand that I'm still attracted to him, right? Right? You know that, right?
I think it's more like you can... I'm giving you an out here, and I'd like for you to take it.
Okay.
You're remembering the feeling of being attracted to him when you were younger.
Sure. If he like appeared on my doorstep, I'd be like, I can't legally have sex with you.
No, like no, you're 14.
But of course, if he literally appeared on my doorstep, he'd be like 45 now.
Not 45. I think he's probably a little. Maybe he's 40. He's probably about 40, and he's probably like a quite attractive guy. I mean, he was attractive then, So.
You know I'm interneting it.
Jill is looking up Rufio.
Rufio actor. Oh yeah, he's Dante Bosco.
Ooh.
He looks older.
Okay.
He looks older. He was born in 75.
Cool. You know what? I'm just gonna trust you. What happens next?
Well, what happens next
is the whole paramecium thing, and that's sort of.
Oh.
You know what? I would actually like to address this.
What is paramecium? Oh, it's a one-celled critter.
Which is not a bad insult. That's a pretty good insult. But I will say, so after Rufio says, you man, stupid man, Peter then says something that's completely nonsensical and is a method of trying to win an argument that I absolutely hate.
Well, Rufio did call him a maggot burger
before this? Okay,
yeah,
well then my point's completely moved.
Yeah, I figured that's what you're going on.
Because
he did call him a maggot burger.
Hey, Rufio, if I'm a maggot burger, why don't you just eat me? And I was like, well,
he didn't
where'd
call
that
him a
come from?
maggot.
Cool.
I didn't have the whole dialogue. I could only get the ending.
That's fine.
Basically, they're sitting down and eating, and Rufio calls him a maggot burger. Yeah.
So anyway, but then Peter's insult continues.
I love it. You two-toned.
What the hell is wrong with being two-toned? Why is that an insult?
Two-toned, zebra-headed.
Zebras are beautiful.
Slime-coated.
Yeah,
okay,
sucks.
sure. Pimple farming.
Yeah, gotcha.
Paramecium brain.
Sure.
Munching on your own mucus.
Sure.
I knew boogers had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Suffering from Peter Pan envy.
Which of course is a reference to penis envy.
Oh shit.
This is
Sandy.
We got it.
Penis envy.
This is
holy shit. I didn't even connect that.
That is a grown man talking to a 14-year-old. Well, sorry, a 45-year-old in the body and mindset of a 14-year-old. This is a dark story.
I love it though. I think that
it's a classic film.
It made I've always not been a fan of the Peter Pan story because he sounded kind of evil to me.
Well, he's he's diabolical. He steals people away.
He just lies.
And
he's
lies.
Just a liar, and I don't like
it.
He
leads on Tinkerbell.
I know. I don't like him as a character, but as Hook in the movie Hook, I actually quite like him.
Well, because he's Robin Williams.
Because he's Robin Williams. Robin Williams could literally be anyone, and I would like him.
Yeah.
He's played an evil character in a couple of films.
Yes,
still
likable.
Still liked him.
But yeah, anyway, I definitely think that this insult battle is significantly dirtier than we anticipated.
It's significantly. Oh God, is it?
Yeah.
Mung. The word. Okay. Censor people. The word Mung should be bleeped. Just so you know, it means everything. I mean, it's worse than the word fuck.
It's way. You know what?
So much worse.
You can experience fucking and really enjoy yourself.
I mean, everyone does. If they're in a committed relationship. Or
whatever. I don't think anybody could experience Mung. Enjoy themselves.
I don't think anyone should experience Mung. And I would just want to, really...
I encourage everyone to not participate in munging.
I think you would die of at least...
Some sort of poisoning.
Okay,
and so after that, after the Peter Pan envy, which is definitely penis envy.
Yeah.
A lost boy goes, "What's a paramecium brain?" And Peter says,
"It's a one-celled critter with no brain that can't fly."
Oh, and he's pointing at Rufio.
Yeah.
And then he says,
"Don't mess with me, man. I'm a lawyer."
Which sort of gets to sum up a lot of his character in the film because his kids don't like that he's a lawyer.
Because he's on this phone all the time. His fucking flip phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, we're done with this section. I think that the next section will call a man.
Yeah.
Ask a man.
Or let's call a bro. Call a dude.
Call a bro. Call a dude.
Duet
guy,
with a dude.
Call a guy. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just like some dude with a dick.
Hi, do you have a dick?
Do you have a penis?
I'd like to discuss.
I would like to discuss something
with you.
The opposite gender of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll ask him something about profanity. We'll figure it out, right?
I know. I want to find out if he knows what mung tongue is.
Oh God, he doesn't. I already can tell you. He also doesn't know what a paramecium is, because I didn't.
Depends on who you ask.
Either. All right.
We'll be right back.
Bye.
Ask a guy, we need a man's opinion, so we'll ask a guy.
Hello.
Hello, Carlos. Welcome again to Crudimentary Questions.
Thank you for being with us.
Yay! We have this episode has been all about profanity, but
tasty.
But we have gotten on a whirlwind of the movie Hook. That scene where Robin Williams and whoever played Rufio, I forgot his name already.
His name is Rufio.
Have an argument. Have a insult war against each other. Are you familiar with this?
I am.
So there was a word that Rufio uses, or a phrase that Rufio uses, that we have decided is the worst word ever. And I'm gonna let Sandy ask you if you know what it means. Okay.
And I would like to just remind you that this is like a PG movie meant for children.
Right.
So
I believe Steven Spielberg was the director.
This is Steven Spielberg was the director of this film. So one of the first insults, it might be the actual first, that Rufio says to Robin Williams, who is the original Peter Pan, spoiler alert, in this film.
Right.
This is the first insult he gives to him in the insult war is mung tongue.
Mung tongue.
Yes, and our question is, do you know what that is?
I don't. Based off of the context that I was just giving, I would guess it's some type of racial slur concerning Mongolian.
Oh my God, it's not. But
Oh, good guess. We have been talking about racial slurs, so that's a good guess. You would think that the worst possible imagining of a word would be a racial slur, like something against Mongolian people. Oh my God, but it's not.
yeah. So shall we just? Do you want to just know what it is, so we can
Give
tell
it to
you,
me.
so you can react to it?
I want you to know that I'm so sorry. I just want to apologize ahead of time for the meaning of this word. So it means
Okay.
Okay. So Mung means that you have to have a partner to be able to do this.
Partner.
You have to have a partner.
Not a hostage.
So one person, okay, so you have to go to a graveyard, right? And one person, you dig up a body. God, I really hate this.
And it has to be kind of a fresh body.
Or whatever.
Oof.
This is gross. Just get ready to be grossed out, Carlos. I'm so sorry. But
Okay.
one person puts their mouth on an orifice, either their like vagina or butthole. And then the other person jumps on the dead body and like it makes all the gross stuff of like come out, like embalming fluid and other stuff.
Oh, organs and shit.
Yeah, so like all that comes out and that's munging. Yeah, that's mung.
Wow.
So when you're a mung tongue, you're the person that wants to do that.
I wouldn't say wanting, I wouldn't say desire has any part of this. I feel like that you are just the recipient of it, one way or another. How do you feel right now?
Oh, he
Carlos?
just breathes very hard, and I want to note that. But like, what's your idea of that? You have children. Keep going.
Well, I mean, that gives a whole nother level to where Rufio is going. He's kind of, like, wasn't holding back at that point. He was really trying to take him down a peg or two.
I think he won
Yikes.
that insult war right off the bat.
Well, I also
Yeah.
just really like that it's basically just pass. Like nobody, like it's not mentioned. It's just, they say and that I think it's the first insult that's thrown in that insult war. And it just gets like bypassed. Like they just go past it. Like it doesn't matter at all. And
My question is, who invented this practice and made it into a common thing so that it actually gained a term
I guess
to be referenced by?
okay. Can I ask you something personal?
Sandy,
Sorry.
are you gonna
Okay.
ask him if he's ever done that or what?
No, I just
Because I can tell you no, because he doesn't even know what it is.
yeah. Though Carlos, if you'd like to make some kind of confession right now, you totally can.
I think he's just completely
Trick
normal.
you guys. I'm the Mung tongue master.
Master. Oh god, your tongue is just like totally has been dissolved by
Gross.
embalming fluid.
Well, yeah, like whoever did this is dead, right? And then what if they were also monk tongued because they're dead?
Mung tongueception.
Double Mung tongus.
Double mung tongus. You are a genius,
Um,
my friend. My question was, because you asked like who like invented this idea. One, I like to point out that I don't know that anybody's actually done it. It's one of those things that like a 14-year-old dreams up and then writes on the internet, and then it just becomes a thing.
Some urban myth,
An urban
Bloody
myth.
Mary type of stuff.
Yeah, but I also wonder about stuff like a Cleveland steamer, which is, that's a sexual term for, isn't that just when you shit on somebody's chest?
oh my God,
Pretty
much.
Sandy,
Mhm.
My question is that a thing that people actually enjoy, or is that just something that got kind of spread around, if you will, like as the thing that happens?
Yeah, you're absolutely right to ask that, because I do recall in high school hearing stories from friends about apparently somebody knew a guy that liked to invite girls over to do that exact thing, not necessarily on their chest, and this is what made the story believable, is they said that the guy would pay the girls to do it on top of a glass table while he laid down underneath doing things to himself.
Whoa.
That's a lot of detail.
So he could observe without the, I guess, messy cleanup.
Can I ask you, have you ever participated in any of that activity?
In scat play, I have not.
So I just feel like this is I know that everything exists on the internet as porn.
Scat play. It's like
poop. Oh, right. Yeah. Poop. But what I'm saying is that there's always somebody's friend who knows somebody's friend who knows somebody's cousin who's done it, you know? Like, these are how these urban myths get started. There are certain things that I sincerely doubt anybody's actually done. So this Mung thing, I feel like, is that.
It could be an urban legend, and that's very true.
Well, I mean, but the term necrophilia had to come from somewhere, so it's not completely out of the realm of possibilities.
Carlos, do you think anyone would find pleasure from, I guess,
sucking up the insides of a corpse?
Sucking up the insides of a corpse. Because, let's be frank, does anyone find pleasure performing oral sex on a living person?
I do.
I mean, I find pleasure in giving that person pleasure, but other than that, I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I'm kind of into it.
Oh, yeah, Carlos, you're my kind of man.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
But what if it did not provide pleasure to your lady? Do you think you would enjoy it? You know what I'm saying?
No, but that's the entire point.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
right, and if you're doing it to a corpse, there's no pleasure involved.
You're right. Yeah.
So where's the pleasure coming from? Because okay,
I mean, people eat dead snails for aphrodisiacs or oysters.
Ooh, I do like oysters.
Also because they're covered in garlic.
I do like escargot.
Garlic and butter.
No, but I'm being for real.
So if we cover the dead corpses in garlic and butter,
now you're getting somewhere.
I am getting into that, and now I'm wondering. Okay, so what if there are some people that like the taste of embalming fluid or something? Is that a thing?
I feel like they should just drink it and not dig up corpses.
It's a problem.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Is it like vodka?
Yeah.
Do you just take it like a shot? I don't know.
Shot.
I've never had any embalming
fluid. It's a lot of effort to go through to get your Mung tongue.
Well, and I'm sorry this has not been a very personal question, but it's just been kind of the moment we've started talking about it, we've been kind of obsessed, and we can't stop talking about it. And so
I think the real question comes down to is how did Rufio know the insult for Mung tongue? Because he's essentially a kid, but he does live on this island of pirates. And pirates, as we know, are pretty kind of iffy morally and ethically, so they may have been into things that other people haven't been into. So he may have witnessed Captain Hook and his friends doing Mung tongue activities and knew that it was really bad.
Do you think there was a pirate on the island that was really into it? Ew.
That's really the only thing that makes sense, unless Rufio was himself, which I'm going to give Rufio the benefit of the doubt and say that he wasn't. Yes, pirates are into Mung tongues.
I could see that, though, because they are sexually deprived.
It's lonely on a boat. You're on a boat with a lot of guys. Nothing happens. You have no release. You got somebody maybe that's dead on the boat. I don't know.
Well, Carlos, we appreciate it so much, again, that you've talked to us.
I treasure our conversations. I feel enlightened every time.
I am also enlightened. I'm glad.
I hope you go forth and spread the word of Mung tongue to everyone you know.
Don't do that. Don't tell anyone because it's awful.
Spread the Mung amongst the masses.
Teach your children these phrases so that they may grow up to be horrible people.
Don't teach your children these phrases. They're traumatizing.
At least they'll be well learned.
Maybe give them a heads up. You're going to go to school. You're going to hear about Mung tongue. You're going to hear
God, I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not.
Anyway, thank you for your input, Carlos. It's very appreciative to have a man's perspective.
Yeah.
Anytime.
All right. See you, man.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye. Well, thanks for listening to our wonderful episode on profanity. I have to say, learning about the Mung tongue
was horrible.
It was bad. I am glad I know. I guess.
I don't know if I'm glad I know.
Well, we would like to go ahead and thank the writers of the movie Hook.
Yeah, I mean, very creative. I wonder if they knew.
I know that they knew. Putting something that adult in a child's movie is kind of a classic Hollywood thing. But yes, we'd also like to thank
Dante Bosco,
who is Rufio himself.
The Rufio man. I want to thank him for performing, and maybe he didn't know either.
I would love to ask him and find out.
I know.
So maybe he could find us on social media and tell us if he knew what Mung tongue meant when he was yelling it.
Yes.
At Robin Williams.
Maybe ask Dante if he knows what Mung tongue is. And then at Crudimentary Questions.
Yeah, and thank you, Carlos, for discussing Horny Pirates and Mung tongue with us.
Thank you.
See you guys later.